out of him, over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check your hot read.
Hey, alert 33. I got you.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Go.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd and 11 at the 6-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
57's right. Come on.
Hey, chest up.
57, Mike 57.
Here's Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Motion. Nice.
Against the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Please up.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike 58, right there.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Please up.
Passing. It's Dalton. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, 1st quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Kevin Huber now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. This is Deontay Foreman, a man who missed nearly all of 2018. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On first down, it's Hunt, and he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. On 3rd down, Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Next to score, Browns 7, Bengals nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
2 by 2. Move.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Hey, wahoo!
Yeah. You don't want none. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Wait up!
57. Mike 57.
Stop!
To throw here, Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
All day. All day.
Wait up!
57's Mike. Mike 57.
368!
Watch the slant.
Hey, Zoo!
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Check pass. Check pass. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Regular.
You're not ready.
Easy.
So that'll back him up 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Here you go, 368! Hey, more of it.
Coming to you. Coming to you. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Wait up!
To Dalton now. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Fight this.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not is successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
At the Browns' 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Over here.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Hey, switch gears. Slam. Back. Watch the motion. 57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Let's make these babies cry.
Now T.J. Yeldon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal. at the 2-yard line.
They send Green to the left on his own. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check hot route. Hot.
They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. T.J. Yeldon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Bullock good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run. This is Hunt. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Hunt. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the motion. Watch the motion. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Hey, let's get some penetration.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Kill. Motion. And 58 is the mic. 58 is the mic. Good track.
first down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's get it.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Topper!
58, the mic.
Regular.
Switch.
Hot.
58.
And now to the air, Dalton. He's got Green. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy.
Mike, 58, right there.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
58's the mic.
5-6.
You don't want none.
Hey! High 7.
You don't want it. 58, boys. 58's Mike. I'm trying to...
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D. It's going to be a
Alpha.
It's going to be a long day. 58's the Mike, 58's the Mike. All day, punk. 58's the Mike.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mayfield. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
The Bengals
Let's go, baby.
first and
Let's go.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big...
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Let's go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tight on this side, boy. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move. 3 down.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. Past the 20. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
At the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Silver. 57 for Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On third down, it's Hunt. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Seibert's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
93, 44, 44. Here you go. 2 by 2. Move.
58, right there. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Hey, Haywood.
58,
Hands up.
58 to Mike.
Hands up.
Andy Dalton. Green brings it in. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hands up.
58 to Mike, 58.
Heavy.
They'll try the right side here with Yeldon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Regular. Here you go. 368.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
3rd and 4. Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Here you go. 368.
Check Mike, 57. 57. Hey, come on, no. 57. Mike, 57.
Dalton. And able to find Green. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Andy Dalton now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Bernard. Fighting off the defender. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got it.
Here you go. Can.
Down to lose 1. Mike's 57.
Hey. Smooth.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch QB draw. Watch QB.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
A 43-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
We've been at enough practices, and how many times have we stood on the sidelines and a unit goes out to kick a field goal and hear a special teams coach say, make sure you protect. First thing, protect. And here they give up a block.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this, tied second half. This is when execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere, make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They run again with Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Check 99. Check 99. Bang, 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 bang.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Jump. Undercrush.
Hurry!
On third down, it's Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. This is Foreman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
King.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man. Mayfield
in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. On 3rd down, Foreman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. work on positioning the football and helping their team.
6 man.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
57. Watch the out, watch the out. 57. Mike, 57. Watch the pass, watch the pass. 57.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
High.
57.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
You must be
Wake up.
57's the mic.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Andy Dalton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Heavy.
Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Motion. Blood.
Now it's Yeldon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He's coming. We got double up. Shift.
Now a give, right side. Bernard. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
Showing it.
Hey.
Twist. Jam. Check three.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
You got tight.
Here you go, 368. 368.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. Andy Dalton now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
58, boys, 58, 58.
Go.
All right, here's Dalton. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
368! Bravo!
Hey, here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come!
Here you go, Cam!
Hey, watch the slant!
Dalton wants to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Browns take over at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Hunt. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, on 133. Hey, on 133. Watch out. Hurry. Watch out.
Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final.